Centuries before online tutorials popularized homesteading, the Hausa people of West Africa had already perfected organic, multi-generational farming systems. They built homes that lasted generations and fed entire cities from the soil beneath their feet. Today, we are going to map out exactly how to build a complete, self-sustaining home and food system on a standard 1-acre piece of land. To do this, we have to look at the land exactly as the Hausa did. They read the environment through 3 living layers: the Karkara, the cultivated zone, the Saura, the resting land, and the Daji, the wild bush. True off-grid living requires organizing your property based on these exact natural zones. By arranging the land to mimic nature, you build an ecosystem that repairs itself. Step 1 is placing your Gida, or home compound. Drop an initial footprint of 50 by 50 feet. Do not place the house dead center. Shift it slightly center north. This guarantees maximum open land to the south and east for your high-yield gardens. Looking at this traditional Hausa floor plan, the layout arranges individual rooms around a central reception courtyard called the Zaure, with the main entrance facing east toward the rising sun. Orienting your primary sleeping and living spaces to the east catches the cool morning light. Setting up your north and south walls allows for natural cross-ventilation to flow directly through the compound. Step 2 is establishing your Lambu, the intensive kitchen garden. Allocate a 15-foot ring directly surrounding your compound on all sides. Every scrap of kitchen waste, cooking ash, and animal manure goes directly into this immediate ring. That creates an incredibly rich soil loop to rapidly grow daily use crops like tomatoes, cassava, and garlic. Because you positioned the house in the center north of the acre, the southern and eastern edges of this garden receive unobstructed sunlight, exactly where these heavy-feeding crops demand it. Step 3 expands into the Karkara. This is the primary food forest, extending from 15 feet out to an 80-foot radius from the home. You build this zone using a multi-layer system. First, establish canopy trees, reaching 20 meters high. Plant these strictly on the western and southern perimeters. They block the harsh afternoon heat while keeping the eastern morning sun completely clear. Hausa communities utilized highly productive canopy species for this, like the locust bean or the kuka, the baobab. Once established, the baobab requires zero irrigation, yields highly nutritious fruit, and can live over 1,000 years. Beneath that high canopy, you plant a mid-level understory of fruit trees like mango and shea butter. Then, filling in the ground layer between the trunks, you plant sorghum alongside cowpeas, which actively fix nitrogen back into the soil. Stacking these plants vertically provides your family with a 12-month food buffer and creates a massive biological air conditioner for the entire property. Step 4 is the Saura, your regenerating belt. Measure roughly 80 to 130 feet from the compound and designate a strip 20 to 30 feet wide. Soil needs to breathe to stay productive. The strict mandatory function of the Saura is to sit completely fallow on a rotating basis. You do absolutely nothing to it for a full year. In doing nothing, wild grasses and soil organisms move in to rebuild the land's fertility. The Saura restores the nutrients that your cultivated land depletes. You can line this boundary with gamba grass. It acts as a clear indicator of soil health, and when it grows tall, you can dig it right back into the earth as green manure before cultivating the strip again. Step 5 is the Daji, the wild border. This occupies the final 15 to 20-foot outer perimeter of your acre. Looking at this historical diagram of a Hausa city, you can see how this micro-homestead mirrors macro-city planning. The central palace is surrounded by cultivated rings, all enclosed by an outer Daji, labeled here as the wild bush. On your property, the Daji serves as a dedicated hardware store, a pharmacy, and a timber yard. This is where you harvest heavy-use materials. You plant the termite-proof giginya tree for roof beams, thatching grasses for coverage, and native medicinal shrubs. By maintaining a dense, wild border of indigenous plants, you generate the exact raw materials required to repair and sustain the physical house at the center of the land for the next century. Your 1-acre map is now complete. Every individual zone is linked together. You have built a living machine. The Saura rests the soil, the Lambu and Karkara feed your family, and the Daji repairs your architecture. It honors a core Hausa proverb: the land does not belong to the man belongs to the land. If you want to see how to implement this exact layout on a half-acre plot, leave a comment below and make sure to subscribe so you catch that video. By adopting indigenous building science, you stop imposing structures onto the dirt and start working alongside the environment, securing true self-sufficiency and lasting generational wealth right in your